Hi. What I want to talk about is used cars. When you buy a used car, anything like less than 3 years or more than 5 years, something between 3 and 7, what you should really understand is people worrying about car crashes and accident damages. Yeah, that's correct, but there is also a sort of general wear and environmental damage which is caused by stone chips, any flying object really, when you're driving on a motorway or somewhere 40 miles an hour, people walking by or past your car and scratching with the bags or zips or anything like that in a car parks, tight parking spaces, bumper to bumper parking, trolleys, shopping trolleys, trolley carts being scraped next to your car. So that's sort of environmental damage I'm talking about. So when you buy used cars, right, and people giving these vehicles back at the end of the leases, right, where they don't want to keep pay and own the vehicle, right out, they're giving this vehicle back to lease companies or hire companies, and then obviously there's certain standards. Some companies following them type of, I forgot how it's called, but some sort of British Leasing Association or something like that, where they have quite high standards on wear and tear, what's actually allowed on a car. And what you should be aware of, if you don't do the inspection, vehicle can be resprayed, as it could be a vandalism. There could be a lot of stone chips, scratches, like I mentioned before, and explain what is environmental damage. Those improvements, cosmetic improvements, obviously will maximize the sale, right? But if you would not know, or you would assume it's never been resprayed, you would, because of what I just explained. These occurrences are quite often. Not every car, but most of the cars from all the car supermarkets will have their corrections done, as it kind of pretty much box standard procedure in a hire market, lease market, short-term, long-term leases, short-term, long-term rentals, etc. Right? And technically you should really prepare yourself. There will be, those are called improvements, sales improvements. There will be bumper resprays, corrections because otherwise you would be moaning about, oh, there's stone chips, there is scratches, there's that other aspect where the vehicle can be resprayed. But the main thing is it done to the good standard? If you can see it visually, there is a bodyworks carried out. Technically it's poor DIY, right? And that is the situation, or trade practices, right? Same as alloy wheels. You know, you could have sometimes under warranty, the alloy wheels can be corrected 5 times on manufacturer's warranty, let's say, you know, in the first 3 years. So I'm just explaining what you kind of should be expecting, and the sellers will never tell you that information. If it's done to the high standard, there shouldn't be any problems. But if you wanna know, you can carry out vehicle inspection and to find out if that vehicle have had any resprays on the panels, right? Because in my professional opinion, it is acceptable for these situations to occur, right? And it's okay for vehicles to have damage, vandalism, or environmental damage. It's a nature of owning a vehicle in a way, right? But in my professional opinion is, have these repairs been done to the high standard? What I mean by high standard, so where if I look on a vehicle visually, I can't tell anything without obviously using a gauge, right? That will be a high standard. And the message is, you should be expecting that there can be some body works done. If it's done to the high standard, they don't really, in my opinion, you can just leave it as it is, you know, because it's just a cosmetic improvement, same as a woman adding makeup, you know. They look better, you know, but on a vehicle, if it's done to the high standard, you can't tell. You're never going to tell it. But if you're one of the persons you are sensitive to these kind of issues, that is your main concern, not really an issue, a concern, or you want to find out information about more information about a car, you can find this out by ordering Carexamer inspection. Because if you're buying something like this, right, and then you assume you will reject it, well, you have to remember it's a used vehicle and it will be considered in a satisfactory condition, you know. And like any human being could have an accident and break the bones or have a plastic surgery. It's not been the human being, the person is not being written off, right? It's just he heals and he looks good and he moves and the appearance is fine and is fit for purpose, same as the vehicle. The appearance is fine, it's fit for purpose, done to the high standard. It will not corrode in the next year or next 3-6 months, and it is satisfactory condition, so you will not be able to reject the vehicle. However, if you obviously, there are people who doesn't know anything too much about the cars. Situations happen where you buy the car and then you find out that things are broken, damaged, behind the bumper, crash bar bent, bodywork is not lining up, etc. Certain things if you have some gut instinct and you see the vehicle, as majority of times you can visually see it. If you don't like it, something is not right, don't buy the car. There are people who actually, before the purchase, they do see the car, they see visually it's wrong. They say to the seller it's wrong, but they still go and purchase in the vehicle. And then they order an engineer's report. Yes, the vehicle is damaged. You can see the panels are out, right? But why did you buy that car? You know, it's just, if it's not right, anything you buy in a used car, if it doesn't feel right at the time of the purchase, execute the power of walking away. It's not your obligation to buy the vehicle. You will not look stupid. It is your right. Same way as you're going to the shop, picking up multiple goods in a basket, and then you decide, shit, that's not for me. I don't need this. Too much of junk. You know, you shop on emotions. You know, cut your emotions down. If it's not right, don't buy it. Doesn't matter what I just explained to you about the damages, resprays, paintwork, etc. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't make an excuses after you buying, and don't start looking for the faults, right? There will be. It is used car. But if you want to know the condition and how many issues are on that used vehicle, book a used vehicle inspection on Carexamer.com. We will have a look. We will let you know. You know, we will see. We will let you know if it is in a satisfactory condition for the age and mileage, and what is sort of not. And then you can negotiate with the seller, allow him to rectify it, or walk away. Most of the times, 9 of the 10 vehicles, sellers do rectify. So you save the money of inconvenience, because you don't want to change like basic things like tires, servicing, timing belt, brakes, right? Exhaust. I'm mentioning only these basics because most of the thing, because it's quite common, right? Depends from who you're buying. If you're buying from shit sellers, the most of the stuff will be wrong, right? Regards to maintenance, basic maintenance items. I don't mention like physical faults, like gearbox issues, clutch issues, powertrain issues, drivability concerns, diagnostic scan faults, subsystem issues, which is partly latent. You know, I don't mention audible noises, cold start, hot restart, excessive smoke. I don't talk about them because that could be also an expensive repair to rectify, right? So I'm just talking about basics, and sometimes not even those basics, but it saves you money. It gives you the leverage to negotiate and to buy the vehicle with less as possible concerns and issues, right? It's not gonna prevent the vehicle from breaking down, but at least it will give you that reassurance the vehicle is as described, and what you're buying, it's fair. The car is genuine, you know, and in a good, usable condition. Your job is to obtain appropriate extended warranty. If you click on Carexamer.com services and get to extended warranty, you can see the several options and packages. That is your main job, you know. If you because every used car will break down at some point, same as the new cars break down. But that's why when you're buying a new, it comes with manufacturer's warranty. So when you're buying used, it's your job is to protect yourself. If you're not going to protect yourself, the car can break down. When you're buying a used car, Consumer Rights Act, it's not a warranty. You know, the car have to be in a good condition, and certain aspects will not be covered until it might not rectify. This would be depends on the age and the mileage, more likely. You know, and more likely certain aspects would be written in a sales contract, what they would cover, what they would not cover. You know, so don't leave yourself open. You know, if you are concerned with sudden failures, you need an extended warranty. Simple. You know, your job is to find out which one is the best one to protect that particular vehicle at that age, at that mileage, to the highest claim, cost per claim. You know, I hope it makes sense. Peace. Take care.